And you know, I still remember the first time I met John. It was right after Malibu joined our group back in the early 90s, and at that time, you know, Malibu was not the #1 ski boat builder in the industry. And at that time, we had really a great engine deal. That's what the group was based on, and that was really one of the main focuses that Malibu joined the group back in the early 90s. And you know, I remember the first time I went down to Tennessee and I met with John, and John said, you know, I'm going to tell you something, Tom. Malibu Boats is going to be the #1 ski boat builder in the country, and one of these days when we're going to be able to get all these deals that you're putting on the table on our own. But Bob said I need to make this thing work, and I'm gonna do my best to make it work. And you know, in the beginning back then, IBBI, quite frankly, we weren't very good. And you know, we didn't allow the members to have very much input on the suppliers we picked, and we just would pick a supplier and say, guys, this is who you got to buy from. That didn't sit very well from John, if you know John. And so a few years later, as time went on, you know, we started to get a little bit better, and in 1998, we made a management change at IBBI, and the board of directors elected me to be general manager. Well, the very first call I got was from John Sisson. And John said, look, dude, we got to make some changes here, and I want you to come and see me. And I did. And I went down to John to see John, and he could not have been more enthusiastic. He had a laundry list of things that he thought we should change. He had a list of suppliers that he thought we had overlooked in the bid process. And if some of these suppliers didn't have hardly any marine industry business at all. And you know, we started to do business with some of those suppliers, and they kind of won some of our contracts. And today, some of those suppliers are here tonight, and they are some of our best suppliers, and they continue to score extremely high, and typically are in our Supplier of the Year running. I remember the next time that I got a call from Bob Alkema. Bob said, Tom, you guys are making some great strides in what you're doing. I want to put Malibu's name in the running for a board seat on the board, for the board of directors. I said, Bob, that'd be great. We'd love to have you. And he said, you know what? I don't have time for it, but I would like to see John Sisson's name put on the ballot. And for those, our board is, you know, set with one mission, and that's to guide our group. And for those of you that know John, you know, you might find him wearing his hillbilly teeth. You might find him playing spoons over the course of dinner. You know, you might find him playing the drums at the Howl of the Moon, you know, anytime he would go somewhere. So you never knew what John was going to do. But we put John's name on the board, and John was elected. You know, John was probably one of the better board members we've ever had. I mean, John quite frequently would pick up the phone, call somebody that was maybe thinking about joining the group, talk about the good things we were doing. And, you know, John really bent over backwards to help this organization. John spent 10 years serving on our Resident Gel Coat Technical Committee. John was always willing to do what he could to further our mission. In fact, there was one time I remember 4 or 5, this is probably going back 10 years ago. We were analyzing flotation foam. And John built 6 boats, set them aside, and allowed the 2 competing suppliers to come in and do a yield analysis to try to figure out which one would build the boats quicker, more cost effective, and those kind of things. And so we ran that test, and we found that one supplier was about 10% volume gain over the other supplier, and it would allow us to fill the boats quicker. And you know, that saved this group hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that wasn't easy for John to orchestrate, you know, taking 6 boats out of production to do, because it's going to mess your flow up. But he did it. And those are some of the kind of things, you know, John did for this organization. You know, last year, John was at this event, and he was working for Joe at Bryant Boats. And I got the opportunity to talk to John, and John said, you know, Tom, I got to tell you something. We have done a great thing here. The independents are growing, this group is growing, and you know, we need to keep pushing and keep doing better and better every year. Because that's the kind of guy John was. He wasn't going to stop, and he wasn't going to end or stop anything ever. He was going to continue to strive to do better and better every day. You know, when I met with John, he reminded me, he said, you know what, I got to tell you, back when we first got into the group, I remember telling you, we can get all these deals on our own, but now that, you know, I've been a part of this for so long, you know, IBBI helped us get to be the #1 boat builder or speedboat builder in the country by helping us reduce our purchasing costs. You know, you guys improved our bottom line, allowed us to maybe build a plant expansion. You know, whatever the case was, John was very, very complimentary of the things that we have done here. And you know, John was truly an innovator. And like I said, nothing was ever good enough. And so, a few years ago, we started to honor some of our suppliers with an IBBI Innovation Award here at this event. And we allow the members to go by and look at the competing suppliers and vote on who they think is the most innovative. And I couldn't find a more fitting award to name in John Sisson's honor than the IBBI Innovation Award. So this is something we're going to do. It's going to be an annual thing. It's going to be an annual award. We're going to do a separate press release for it. Usually we just kind of do a general press release about the things that have gone on at this event. And so this is really going to be something we want to continue to push, ask our suppliers to continue to enter more and more things. So thank you for those of you in.
On that note, I'd like to read off our participants this year, and if I could get some applause for all of them, that'd be great. Alloy Fasteners for Allochrome. Baltec for T92. Marenco for their Eel Shore Power. Pro Mariner for their Pro Sport Series. Ray Marine for their E7 multifunction display. RDI for their stainless steel LED beverage holder insert. Sharpline for their SL24 Fusion graphics. Scrabbling for their smart seats. Syntec Industries for their NanoPool vinyl. TaylorMade Systems for their SureSeal cockpit cover. Teleflex for their Optimus steering system. And Thetford for their Curve porta potty. After the expo today, our members all completed a ballot and voted for their choice for the Innovation Award. We're pleased to announce that our first ever John Walkabout Sisson Memorial Innovation Award goes to Syntec Industries.
Give me some more.